Hello everyone who might be watching this video. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make a Hakarasoi and Marco Stratimus, something like that, figurine set from the book series Astronaut Academy. First things first, we're going to be starting off by making our base here, which will be entirely out of hot glue. So what we want to do is draw a square. Actually, I need that to be bigger. I need another glue stick. Fun fact about glue sticks, you can use this little trick yourself. Before you run out, add some glue on the end, stick that puppy right in there, and it'll be smooth. Nice and smooth. So you're going to need to remember that the base is going to be for 2 characters, so it's going to need to be that big. And oh my gosh, why is this not working? Is it too big or something? Oh my gosh. You're kidding me. Okay. I think I got this. Alright, yep, there we go. Now it's back to normal. So, sorry, I keep getting this message popping up from Chrome. So what you want to do is get this square to the size that you want. Remember, it's going to need to be big enough to support both characters. And I'm going to put these characters side by side. And honestly, I'm just going to make this into a little booklet thing, or a bed. Then you're going to want to fill in the empty parts with your hot glue. This is probably going to take a very long time, so you got to be patient with it. I'm trying to show you what I'm doing here. Just kind of I'm not very good at this, despite the fact that this is my 3rd model that I'm making. Well, I've made multiple models before, but this is my 3rd one with a stand, and the first time I'm actually using glue to actually make the stand. Sorry, we're back. Anyways, so we are going to be this is the first time I've used actual glue to make my stand. Most of the time I use the Model Magic, which is what I use for my projects. Oh dear. That's maybe a problem. It's probably quite a problem, actually. Gonna need to pull that out, I think. No, it's not moving forward. Yep. It's just kind of right stuck in there. Okay, hang on a second. remember, don't try this at home. Just don't try this. Because I am not a responsible human being, nor am I that brilliant. So, I mean, technically speaking, I'm a fairly intelligent child, but being wise and being logical are two different things. I can sort of do trig, but despite the fact that I use glue guns all the time, I cannot tell you how to fix one. Oh, I kind of don't want to touch it in case it's hot, but it's starting to look like I don't have any other choice here. Okay. Seriously, come on. Please. Ah. Just move. Get out of there. Come on. This is getting out of hand. Alright, so there we go. Oh, there we go. Tapped right off. So all we gotta do here is as you can see, just kind of glue this area. So now that you've seen kind of how it's done, I'm gonna try and do this off camera a little more. I hate this. Stupid thing gets like clogged with a bunch of glue. Okay. So for those of you who are wondering, what is Akatsuki Soy? Who are these people you're talking about? Well, it's from a comic called Astronaut Academy, and it's honestly one of my favorite novel series, comic books sort of things. So sadly they did not have it at my library today when I went. Otherwise I would be using reference image that aren't hand-drawn. So we got some hand-drawn ones here. But to do those reference images, I did actually look up the reference images because it has been a few years actually since the last time I read the book series. we go. Anyway, the story kind of goes along the lines of Hakata is a young boy, human boy, and in this comic, all humans have two hearts. They gain one heart from their mother and one from their father. And they can't survive without one of their hearts, so it's completely fine. And sometimes they will give their hearts away to other people as like a really, really serious sign of love or care. For example, Hakata gives his heart away to a girl he really likes. I don't know if I can't remember if they were dating or if they were best friends, but either way, he really cares about her. So Hakata only has one. As well as the other character who I'm making a model of today, he also has one. And he tried to give his heart away to a girl, but the girl rejected it. And that broke his heart. So he has a normal heart and a very beaten and broken heart, which he keeps in his heart capsule. And he's a sad boy, and I love it. He's such a small, sad boy. He kind of reminds me of Aridin. Now that I'm thinking about it, Aridin and Poor from Homestuck. Oof, move this over so I can get a little more light on the subject. Because his hair, his little glasses, he's got the whole "I'm depressed and no one loves me" sort of thing going on. Also, Hakata Soy is the only character who I've seen that has a Japanese sounding name that doesn't live in Japan or even come from Japan. I'm pretty sure he's American, which is even funnier, because all the other characters have generally normal names. There's a character named Doug, who just kind of reminds me of the space guy from the Lego movie in his entire design. He's got a little blue space suit, a little yellowish face, and he's always happy, and it's so cute. However, I'm pretty sure the comic actually came out way before the Lego movie. And it was probably just a coincidence that both characters look identical and have the same personality and aspirations. Because honestly, I think the Lego movie was just like, let's take this weird Lego dude. He's a space guy, so he really likes space. That is his character. And then you got Doug over here, like, he's got a different type of character. He's very happy, but I don't remember the rest of his character. I think he was Hakata's friend. I think there's a girl character who's also Hakata's friend at the Space Academy. However, I can't remember. Because I drew, like, Hakata twice. And the other characters, like, once. It was a really good story, and I loved the way it was made in all black and white, which was a really nice choice. The artist kind of left the reader to sort of decide, what does he look like? What does she look like? What colors? But yeah, okay, I think I'll sort of do it for the little stand here. Kind of just gotta wait for that to fully dry. I'll try and flatten it a little bit. Oh my gosh. Alright, well that's drying. I think it would be a good time to move to our second station. That second station, of course, is the actual clay making station where we shape and mold the stuff. Moving on. So we'll leave that, unplugged it, just to make sure. So we got our references here. We got our references. I bet you're wondering, why is there a Temmie and a weird version of Pinkie Pie just sitting there? Two of my older sculpture builds that I'm not very proud of, so I don't really use them for anything except for putting toothpicks in, and you'll see why in a second here. As you can see with one of my other figurines that I'm currently working on, this is Bendy here, if it'll focus. Yeah, it doesn't look great, but I'm still working out the kinks. So for most characters, I will start off by just rolling out their head so that I can just plop that on as the last thing. So since Hakata and Marcos are both human characters, I'm probably going to make their heads a little bit more humanoid than the way they actually look in the thing. So I was just gonna make some little round heads. I think I'm gonna make them a little more detailed. So what you want to do is, first of all, take some of your model magic and roll a little ball. Flatten that ball a little bit to make a weird ovular shape. Actually, you know what? Let's do it the same way that they do it. But we shouldn't probably do it in the same dimensions because, aside from the legs, because those are gonna be helpful. So we're gonna just plop our head piece on there. So as you can see here, I'm gonna tilt this up a bit. Oh, I cannot see why. Anyways, as you can see here, we've got a little ball of roundish clay junk on top of Temmie's head. Now, it doesn't really matter if the stuff kind of looks like it's not the right color, because we're going back and we're going to be painting it, which in order to do that, you really have to wait until it's generally dry, like kind of solid. And that is going to take a while. Originally with these, I actually took the model magic and pre-made it the colors that I wanted, which wasn't exactly the best move. But I'm learning from my mistakes. So, what do we do next? I bet you're wondering. Well, good question. The first thing we need to do is add Hakata Soy's ears. Now this one's going to be Hakata Soy, and this one is going to have Marcos's head. So, Marcos. It says Marco, but with an S. It's kind of weird. Stamatus. So what you want to do when making the ears is you don't want to make them too big. And do that, you just, come on, focus on my thing. Woohoo. All right, hang on. There we go. You make a little ball. You round it slightly, like so. Okay. I want it focus. Focus. Okay, seriously. Well, anyways, so you round it out and make a little ball like that. Little flat thing. Like so. Once you've done that, you flatten it out and curl it. There you go. You repeat this process and make a second ear. Now, I'm going to do that. So, take a little ball, squish it, flatten the end, round it a bit. Okay, I'm going to try and move that a little more over. Round that a bit, and there we go. We got our ears. So, next thing we want to do is place these little guys on Katasoy's face hole. So, gotta make sure that you put them on and they stay. And they're generally even. So, there we go. Feel free to customize them on the head. Oh my gosh. On the head as you want. So, that's that. Now, before we actually move on to Stratmus, or Marco, sorry, I was calling him by his last name, we're going to need to make Hakata's hair. And as you can see from the picture, right? So we're going to try and replicate those wingy thingies on his head. Do we have the... Oh. Well, this is better anyways. So we're going to try and replicate his little wingy thingies. So start off by actually making these little teeth here. He has 1, 2. Okay, this one actually needs to be longer. Okay, 1, 2. Let's move you out of the way so we can have a little bit of a better shot here. Nope, there we go. 1, 2, 3, 5. Yeah, he's got 5. All right, so 4, 5. 5 and 4 seem to be his pattern numbers for how many like spikes or bumps or whatever are on his character, which is actually quite helpful. And so now he's got these little wispy bangs, which we're gonna make here by taking a flat piece, rolling it out like that, and what we're gonna do here is just cut this with a pencil, little even portions, sort of. Now, I don't really think it matters how many of these little wispy, weirdy doodads you put on there, as long as they're there, so it's whatever. And then you're just going to want to grab them, make them into a point. Continue that process over and over. Grab them, point them, grab them, point them. There we go. Then you're going to want to you're going to have something like that. You want to flatten them together. Make sure their crease is still visible. So essentially you're just kind of creating the illusion of a crease. Now we're going to put that little creasy duty buddy right on his head. And next we're going to start putting his hair boopers on. Now there's not really any 3D models of Hakata Soy, so we're just kind of going to have to improvise on how, what are the depths of his little boopers. I keep calling them boopers, I don't know why. It's little spikes. So I'm kind of just guessing here, but I am going from the reference of where they're placed according to like the front side of his head. Oh shoot. There we go. All right. So now we got to do this other thing where Hakata has this like bowl cut going on here. And it's kind of mushed together, whatever, hair-like, that's the description I'm using. All right, let's fix his ear here. And let's just plop this little slab of hair here. And remember, his hair floops up a little bit. His hair is not supposed to look like it's a part of his face. So you gotta make sure that the camera focuses. So yeah. Oh my gosh, I just realized he's falling. Okay. So it's best not to put him on the thing. Hold on, Dad!
How you doing?
I'm good! Okay, sorry, that was my parent. Okay! Got it! Alright, so that was my parent, so yeah, have to go to work soon. I have a job, so that's a thing. Anyways, so back to Hakata and his cute little face. We're gonna need to smoosh his hair up a little. Ah! Hakata, your face! His hair isn't right, I think. Okay. Now that we have this all kind of together, I'm just gonna add some spikes in his hair, kind of as an artistic liberty. If you don't want to add spikes to the hair, completely fine, you do you. However, I am going to be adding some spikes, try and give his hair a little more dimension, and make it look a little more natural. Because the small boy has the small hair. Okay, and I also need to add some more floof to the side of his head, because I just realized that this is a 3/4 shot. For those of you who don't know, a 3Q A quarter shot means that the body is facing at an angle rather than facing sideways or directly at the camera. So, yeah, it essentially means that the left side of the body is kind of wrong. Well, could be wrong in some cases. Some cases it's not wrong and it just looks weird in those cases. Okay, so there's his hair, sort of. Okay, hey, how flat I'm making him on accident. There we go. Now, I think I'm gonna have to add his ears later. So, since I'm gonna be doing that, I'm gonna need to make a little divot here for his ear. And the same on this side, we're just gonna remove his ear and place a little reminder divot right about there. There we go. Now we're going to use the ears to make his hair, because that's how it works. Let's smooth that out a little bit more. Now we're just going to kind of spike his hair gently in some areas. Ooh, need to move this spike back. And then just sort of like that. Now I'm just going to add some spikes at the end so I don't have to really deal with all the spiky doodads and whatnot on him. So, yeah. So this is just going to be his back hair spike.